In a world of cookie-cutter pop and boardroom-built stars, one man danced to the beat of his own drum machine. Literally, draped in purple, he was a visionary, a rebel, and a genius. This is the untamed, electrifying legacy of Prince Rogers Nelson. Strap in, because we're not just telling a story. We're uncovering a movement. Minneapolis, 1958, a city more known for snow than soul, but it birthed a storm of rhythm. Prince was born into music, dad on keys, mom on vocals. By 7, he was composing. By 13, shredding the guitar. By 14, drumming with precision. And his first track? Well, it wasn't a chart topper. It was a little-known gem called Funk Machine. When most kids were learning algebra, Prince was learning how to layer harmonies, mix levels, and master multi-tracking. It was like he was born with pro tools in his DNA. Now here's where it gets bold. At age 18, Warner Brothers offered him a record deal, but they wouldn't let him produce his own work. So what did Prince do? He walked, not away from music, but into a studio, where he went on to prove to executives his destiny to produce himself. "1978, Prince releases For You. Every sound, every lyric, every instrument, that was all him. Guitar, drums, bass, vocals, layered and tracked by a teenager with a vision. He followed it up with albums that dared to mix the sacred and profane. Prince, Dirty Mind, Controversy. Dirty Mind, especially, stripped down, raw, and scandalous, was Prince unfiltered. Critics didn't know whether to praise or blush. Then came the synth-pop revolution, 1999. And with it, Little Red Corvette, a groundbreaking hit that became one of the first videos by a black artist to be played in heavy rotation on MTV. He wasn't just ahead of the curve, he was making a new one. 1999 wasn't just a song, it was a prophecy, a party anthem for a future that felt both apocalyptic and exciting. With those tracks, Prince proved pop could be political, playful, and profound. Then came 1984. Purple Rain, a film, a soundtrack, a full-blown cultural phenomenon. When doves cry, no bass line, just raw vulnerability. Let's Go Crazy, a gospel-fueled rock sermon. And Purple Rain, an anthem, a mood, a legacy in a single track. 25 million records sold. An Oscar for Best Original Song Score. MTV on repeat. The world didn't just hear Prince, they watched, wore, and became him. Prince's studio sessions, they were the stuff of legend. He'd work around the clock. No managers, no distractions, just him, the instruments, and the mix board. He recorded thousands, yes, thousands of unreleased songs, all locked away in the vault. Entire albums that never saw the light of day. Some say it could take decades to sift through it all. He wasn't just prolific. He was possessed with passion, with precision, with purpose. By the early 90s, Prince was done playing nice. Warner Brothers owned his masters. He wanted freedom. They said no. So he changed his name to a symbol, branded slave on his face, and released albums on his terms. The Gold Experience, Chaos and Disorder, Emancipation. Critics scoffed. But Prince, he kept moving. By 2014, he had the last laugh. His masters returned, the rights reclaimed. a pioneer's victory, and a blueprint for every artist that followed. Prince didn't need to be on stage to be the star. He created the Time, Vanity 6, Apollonia 6, and later, the New Power generation. Outlets for the funky, sultry R&B energy that flowed through him. These weren't side hustles. They were extensions of his artistic soul. Jungle Love, Nasty Girl, Sex Shooter, funked up synth-heavy bangers that kept dance floors spinning and proved Prince's influence extended far beyond his discography. He handpicked talent, wrote the hits, and designed the image. Oh yeah. And dare I mention again, the New Power generation. That wasn't just a band, that was Prince's rebirth, pushing the envelope with funk, hip-hop, and new jack swing across albums like Diamonds and Pearls and Love Symbol. Prince wasn't a band. He was the band. He played 27 instruments on his debut. Guitar riffs, legendary. Drum grooves, unmatched. Keys, horns, strings. He handled them all. And he didn't stop there. Prince reinvented himself constantly. Alter egos, fashion eras, soundscapes. From the ruffled shirts of the 80s to the sleek futurism of the 2000s. Every decade was a new act in his ever-evolving performance. He didn't just ride waves, he made them. He performed at the Super Bowl in 2007, rain pouring down. Him shredding Purple Rain in actual purple rain. It wasn't just a concert, it was a moment etched in global memory. His style? Revolutionary. Lace, leather, high heels, and eyeliner. He blurred gender lines, defied norms, and turned fashion into another form of rebellion. In the studio, not just anyone touched the soundboard. That wasn't ego. That was integrity. Prince didn't want to be interpreted. He wanted to be heard. And throughout it all, he was often and unfairly compared to another 80s titan, Michael Jackson. While MJ moonwalked into pop's mainstream heart, Prince carved an edgier, genre-defying lane. One wielded spectacle, the other mystery. One conquered with dance, the other with defiant originality. Different planets, same orbit, two legends, no duplicates. April 21st, 2016. The world got a little quieter. Prince was gone. From Paisley Park to Paris, fans gathered. Monuments were lit purple. DJs spun tributes. And in the quiet, we realized we'd lost more than a musician. We lost a once-in-a-generation force. Prince wasn't just about music. He was about freedom, expression, identity, and innovation. Drop your favorite Prince moment or lyric in the comments. Let's keep the revolution spinning. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this tribute with the Purple Army around the globe. Because legends never die. They amplify. This is Tony G with NoirTrends Uncovered. Subscribe for more tributes, deep dives, and digital decoding. Until next time, keep it bold, keep it purple.